As temperatures heat up into this week, 90s, very warm yesterday for Mother's Day, families are resorting to cooling off in Sacramento waterways.
But first responders want to warn about new dangers along the Sacramento and American rivers after a stormy winter. Let's go to ABC 10's Bridget Biorlo, who's joining us from the Tower Bridge this morning. Bridget, what do people need to look out for?
Well, you'll notice, Bria, the rivers are higher, faster, and colder than they've been in years. Here at the Sacramento River, there's also a number of floating hazards like parts of trees that could get even the most experienced swimmer in trouble. Now, these higher flows expected to persist through the season, deeper in the season than normal. You will certainly feel colder in this water as more of that record snow melts from the Sierra. And the conditions here at the river really changing the river's behavior. So parts of the water that were once calm could now be dangerous. You really don't know this water this year. It's a very different scene. And it's why rescue crews want you to be on high alert, not take any chances, and avoid that floating debris when you see it.
The amount of rain that we've had, a lot of the accumulation of dead wood and brush has been pushed into the American River. So just be careful while you're out there. There's potential for snags and things that you might not see on the top that could potentially cause you harm if you are strained against those things. There's also drop-offs in the river. So parts of the river that appear shallow to a certain point drop off, and you could be in much deeper water than you're prepared for. So be ready for dynamic water swimming.
And some of those hazards could get you trapped. Also, you don't know how deep the water is in spots. That could also be a big issue. Sacramento crews have been staffing their boats, their helicopters all season long in preparation for this. They've already conducted a number of water rescues this year alone. But sadly, every second is of the essence. It could make the difference between life and death. Back in March, a kayaker died after being taken off the American River. They were not wearing a life preserver, Bria, so it is a good reminder that even if you're an experienced swimmer, you think you can handle these treacherous conditions, wear that life vest. Don't take any chances.
Right, and it's good to know in the video you just shared, Bridget, it looked like everybody was wearing one over the weekend, so that's great to know. Now, you mentioned river levels are higher than they've been. Is flooding a concern with this?
It's certainly something that crews are watching, Bria, as more snow melts from the Sierra and more water is released from Folsom Lake. Not so much a concern here at the valley, but in other places like the Merced River in Yosemite, that is a big concern because they're already approaching that flood stage. It's why parts of the campground in Yosemite already closed, because they are anticipating some flooding in that area, and they're going to be watching that in the next couple days and weeks, Bria.
Right, Bridget, just to reiterate just how cold that water is going to be from the snow melt. Even if you're an experienced swimmer, as soon as you hit that, you could lose some of that skill. Bridget, thank you.